I'm so excited to celebrate 20 years of having Kiepersol here. Wine is such a traditional product. The wine is in the bottle and the wine has a natural cork in it. It's a time of celebration. It's a time of being with family. It's a time of being with friends. It's around that dinner table. That bottle of wine signifies that. The other thing that we found was as new audiences arrive, that they're interested in new things. The can is so versatile and so accepted by the younger generations, looking for the simplicity and the ease and the comfortability of this. So it's a really fun time to be in the wine industry. Flight canning is happening and everybody's been saying, when's it gonna hit the stores? When's it gonna hit the stores? We're getting questions. Hopefully we'll hit the stores just in time for spring boating and floating the river. Even with Easter Sunday meal, that can will be ready to go.
Well, welcome to the Kiepersol, Texas podcast. My name is Michael Roth and again I'm here with Marnelle.
Hi everybody.
So last week we were quite busy. We were playing with flight and canning it, and
you got to help can
the
whole thing.
The whole thing. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, we've got quite a few pallets here.
In the stores, you'll just see them as 4-packs. So in a restaurant, you will see it in a single can.
Okay.
Just comes off of little pack tech. Looks just like this. We're pretty excited about it.
So for those who aren't familiar with flight or haven't seen it yet, we've got a little feather on there. Can you explain what was the inspiration behind creating flight?
You know, the whole inspiration was telling a story and really meeting a need with a younger group, with people, and we've talked about it when we're doing some of our sales meetings, and we talk about what the trends are in the marketplace, and the can product is lacking in high quality wine. And we have these guineas, and we've been talking about putting guineas on a can for years. We pick these guinea feathers up in our vineyard all the time because we keep guineas as a natural insecticide in the vineyard. Guineas scare away deer and they scare away songbirds, so they help limit bird damage, they help limit deer damage, as well as flying insects. So the guineas are a great asset and a huge part of our culture here. Their chatter, their feathers, their presence, it's just become a part of who we are. I thought how cool it would be to capture that. So we put a guinea feather, and then in doing more research about feathers, so we looked at what feathers mean, and a spotted feather actually symbolizes letting go of the past. So this whole can project was something that we started after my dad passed away, and it was one of the first big projects. My sister's building a building where we can look over. That's another big project that we're working on. And the can project was a big one since my dad's passing. And so there's multiple ways of looking at this. That is, one would be from a producer standpoint, letting go of the past and coming up with new things and new ideas, and it being okay to do that. Another one is the history, the culture, the beauty of wine in a bottle with a natural cork. There's so much history to that.
Yeah.
And you really, as a winemaker and a producing estate that is founded in our own family tradition, wine in a bottle is something that will be around forever because it's such a traditional package. Taking a leap of faith, going, let's put some really good wine in a can, was definitely letting go of the past. So this is something that we know is coming, and it's a trend in the industry that it's coming. Letting go of that tradition a little bit just to go ahead and put this wine in a can was a step that we had to take, but a fun, energizing, empowering step. The meaning of the feather is on so many levels to us. Kelly, who does the label design, this is such a collaborative thing. Everybody had their hand in designing and coming up with, and even coming up with the wine. We called it flight, so we're like, take flight, let go of yesterday and take flight. And we put bubbly rosé in it. So rosé is hot and happening, and it's delicious, and we add a little bubble to it. An exciting package, an exciting product. Great tasting wine in here. It's not diluted or bad wine hiding something. It's delicious, ready to drink, gorgeous Saignée rosé, meaning we bled it off of our red wine that's put into a can. So I'm super excited about this product and can't wait for it to hit the shelves. And it's going to hit just in time for spring, for boating, for fishing, for barbecues, floating the river, family game night, Any reason that you would want to just have the convenience of a great tasting wine right there.
You know, just in working in the tasting room and hearing people talk about our first run, they really liked it, and this, in my opinion, is just a little bit better than the last time. You know, we're always innovating and always trying to get that little 1% better, and eventually it snowballs, and we're almost 100% better. And I feel like this is the next step towards success and towards something better than what you've maybe experienced before. And
so we got a little more bubble in there.
Yeah.
We added the actual guinea fowl, and our values as a company are in the back, which are love, grow, do. So internally, that's our motto: love one another, love all of you, all of our guests, and grow ourselves and do our best. These are our values that are in the little Texas here. So we had a lot of fun packaging this and really depicting who we are as Kiepersol in one little simple, clean package. So we can't wait for you guys to try it for sure. Our culture as a family and as a company, it's something my dad instilled to stay debt-free. And we build anything that we build or purchase. The rule is we don't buy what we want, because that's out of the question. We don't buy what we need. We only purchase what we simply can't live without. We've been talking about a bigger spot to view the vineyard, and it's been a 2-year-long project that Velme has been working on. And amazing doors, and it's not complete. The parking lot's not there. We have this extension of the winery, and it's a little bit more space than our tasting room, with a gorgeous view. I know Corey Moore with the Diva Do, I know she can't wait to get in there and we can utilize that space. But it's just a building that's overlooking the vineyard and been really put together in the last couple of years. My sister and her husband have been spearheading that project and working on it. When you guys see it, you'll see I was there this morning with my sister, and I was overwhelmed with emotion because she goes, I don't know what is it what style do you think the building is? And I go, this is your style, daddy's style, her husband's style. So scavenging for old parts and putting it together. We're happy to share that with you guys. And if you ever come to the winery to show how in the last 20 years Kiepersol has been pieced together, and nothing matches, but it's like church, right? It's not the outside of the building that counts, it's the people in it. So it's the quality of products that we produce and the amazing quality of people that we like to pour into and hopefully overflow to all of our guests that come. We'd love for you to come see what we're doing, see our buildings, see what 20 years of layering on and purchasing little items and adding on items.
Yeah, it's an amazing view. I mean, I haven't seen the finished product, and it's not finished at the time of this recording, but we had the chance when it was just erected, the building and all this, just some of the basic furnishings were put in. I just remember walking out from where the parking lot's going to be into the building, and sure enough, it looks like as far as the eye can see, the vineyard starts and it just sort of ends into the trees, the piney wood trees. And just amazing. So it's going to be a cool venue.
The vineyard with like you say, the piney woods and the hardwoods, it's such a beautiful spot that highlights the beauty of East Texas. We're so excited to share that with everybody, along with this wine. Yeah,
well, and I mean, speaking of rosé, obviously we have our canned rosé that's going to be hitting the shelves soon. But we've also
we have another can.
We have another can. But real quick, I want to talk about something that is kind of cool. Speaking about rosé, and that is our collaboration with Shinerbach.
Shinerbach Rosé Pale Ale. We sell to Total Wine and More, along with many other retailers. Had the opportunity there to partner up with Shiner. They came and visited us. Just such a neat deal in the Texas beverage industry to partner up and pair up with an iconic company. It's been around for over 100 years producing Texas beer, kind of the original craft beer. We had to keep it all hush-hush for a little bit, but took 100 barrels, aged the beer in there, and are coming out with their Rosé Pale Ale March beginning of March, you'll see it hit the stores. And we're blessed enough to get some of their yeast. Did a secondary fermentation. We're doing a Fizzy Vit, so our classic white wine with a little bit of carbonation in it, and it's going to go into a can very similar to this with a Kiepersol crest on it, and you'll be able to recognize that. So hopefully there will be enough in production that you guys all get to get a taste of this amazing collaboration. So if you don't see it in your stores, you guys ask for it.
Ask for it.
We'll do our best to get it there and do our best to get it out so everyone has a taste of this amazing collaboration.
Got Vintners Dinners coming up. Next month we've also got our Waking of the Vines, and that's going to be a fun event, very iconic for Kiepersol. And if you haven't ever been to a Vine Day, please come out this March 2019. It's going to be fun.
So Vine Days are those days that we truly thank God. For us, we're founded firmly in our faith. Cannot grow these grapes here in East Texas without His guidance and His help and His, definitely God's blessing on us while we're toiling and working. So Vine Day in March, where we wake the vines up with some great music, that's when we ask for a blessing and say, God, help us and guide us in growing these plants this vintage. And then when we put the vines to sleep, that's the time that we say thank you for the harvest and everything that God provided. So those are pretty special days to us for celebrating, for sharing, and for sharing our little piece of heaven here, our land, and we call it Kiepersol. Kiepersol is kind of a mispronunciation. I may have said this in another podcast, but it really means keep us all. So that Vine Day is a day for us to share and for Kiepersol to keep us all. So you guys come, and there's not that much entertainment. It's literally about having some wine, having some snacks, and just taking in the day. So you bring blankets, you bring lawn chairs, and just hang out with us.
Well, thank you again for tuning in. If you're listening or watching our podcast, feel free to ask questions or let us know below in the comments, or feel free to email us at social@kiepersol.com, and we'd be happy to answer your questions or help you get connected with us. Absolutely.
Cheers to you guys.
See ya.